This is my little, I call it my studio.
For the viewers out there that don't know what bump steer is, can you quickly tell them what that is? Morgan's working on my truck right now. There it is. What's up, guys? We're out here at Morgan Clarke's studio. He doesn't like to call it a shop because it's not a shop. It's a place where he makes really pretty metal. Just kidding.
He's an artist.
He's an artist, yeah. Nelson said he's an artist. Morgan is the homie. I met him years ago in Barstow, him and his wife and his boy, and they were beating the hell out of his truck, Beth. And I hope we could find some footage of that. That would be incredible. Let's check out the shop, but I think we gotta say what's up to the shop dog. What up, Hank? What's up, boy? Come on. My friend. Dude, it looks like a freaking surgery room in there.
Well, I think lighting's a pretty important part of building trucks and building things.
You should see what you're doing.
Okay. I had my buddy put all that in because I'm just working a bunch of shops where you don't have optimal lighting and then you don't notice the details. And then when the truck gets out in the sunlight, you go, oh shit. I missed that.
Didn't see that.
Yeah. So, this is Cameron. Cameron, say hi.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Cameron? How's it going, man?
Cameron's getting fully socketed off.
What you doing? Getting what?
Socketed off.
Yeah, just setting up some sockets over
Getting this thing dialed? Is there a 10? I see there's no 10, man.
not in the
Is there a 10?
Not in the 6 point, in the 12 point.
In the 12 point. What's up, Morgan? This is your first shop, right? Yeah. I mean, obviously you've had your shop for a while, but this is.
It's been like 6 months. So
right.
Evan Weller kind of helped me out. I was doing work for him, and then got the opportunity to have space up here. So this is my little, I call it my studio. I just say that because I feel like I come at things with an artistic standpoint. And
That's
I feel
awesome.
like they're sculptures, and that's why I call it a little studio.
You know, a lot of comments that we get from people and friends that we know in our circle, like people are super stoked to be able to see some of the projects that Morgan puts out. I think it's insane, dude. I don't understand the fabrication world. Obviously, like some of you guys out there do, but just looking at Morgan's work, it truly is. I'm not trying to kiss your ass or anything. Just because my truck's here. I'm not. But Morgan kills it, man, and super honored to be here. We don't normally do shop tours like this, but he's always creating cool stuff, always posting stuff. I feel like you take people on a journey when you're posting.
I just like to show the process.
Throughout the day, you know what I mean? You're just like, there's like 20 story clips, and you literally see the metal come to life. I just dump them in
the morning when I'm taking a shit.
Oh, so you dump as you dump?
No, yeah, double dump at like 6 something, and then I just go on with my day. But,
we interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Yo, what up, guys? Hope you're enjoying today's episode. Real quick, I'm gonna show you some of the new merch we got. We got the new Reaper tee, kind of an old school thrash metal vibe. Got the same logo on the front and the pocket. And then next we have the Terra King shirt. We actually had this design before Tiger King even came out, so why not put it out now? Probably the best time to do it. Same logo on the front. For the ladies, we have the Cheetah Girl logo. Kind of went outside the box a little bit for this one. Rolling Stones vibe to it. So we also have some new stickers. I don't have them yet. I'm actually gonna be picking up tomorrow, or sorry, today, because you guys are watching this today. The Moto logo that we had on the white shirt and on the Dusty Rose hoodie. So we have those. They're 7.5 by 12. They're a good size. Again, thank you guys for the continued support. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the stuff that we're able to do. So keep supporting us. We'll keep bringing you guys the content you want to see, the designs you want to wear. And like I said last time, these designs are only printed once. So once they're gone, they're gone.
Dude, this dude's a freaking artist too.
Well, I went to Art Center, so that's where things started. I was supposed to be a transportation designer.
What?
And design cars and wear a suit every day and do that. And so I went to Art Center, the same major as Chip Foose. And then
that's insane. I didn't know that.
I dropped out like 2 years in when the economy hit and stuff. And I got a lot of stuff from that. But like that's the same with the process, as I just always had to have, like, for every project we did, we had like process books.
Right.
Showing like the tools we use, showing the steps
how
we
you're
take.
getting.
And so it's like exciting for me, and it's not like, I remember someone asked me, they're like, how you know, how do you get anything done when you're taking all these pictures? And I literally just get my phone up and I go like that and I take a picture and I put it back in.
How many seconds does it take to take a photo?
That, whatever that is, it's not that much.
Right,
you know,
really.
if you do it 100 times.
Right.
It's not that much.
No, it's not.
And I don't bill for that, so whatever.
Right. But the cool thing is it's encouraging for like the people who want to build and the people who are like, dude, this is how he does it. These are the steps that he's taking. Oh, he's drawing it out, he's sketching it out.
Yeah, that's for bigger stuff.
For like the big dashes.
Yeah, like this is Dan's truck. That's what the dash is going in, is this thing. So,
okay, Dan. Okay.
Dagata.
And
you know, Mike Robb did a lot of the work on this. So like everything is really crafted nicely. Like this is all Mike Robinson's work.
Well, what kind of truck is this?
Super Crew, 2000, like 97 to 03, 4-door Super Crew Ford.
Okay, right on. Nice.
With a blower motor, so I think that's probably out of a Lightning or a Harley Davidson.
Oh, damn.
It's like a factory Ford 5.4 with a blower on it.
Nice. So he kept it Ford.
Yeah, and Dan's one of those guys, so even if this gets like a transplant, it's still going to be like a small block, punched out small block, like a 440 something.
He wants to keep it Ford.
Yeah, 100%.
Very cool.
Yeah, and
cool.
Dan's a drag car guy, so he likes details and nice things, and like Mike did a really awesome job on this. And Mike did like a majority of this work, and then I've kind of just followed suit with Mike's work and just tried to keep the same design language with the stuff I do, so it doesn't look like two people worked on it.
Okay, and then Mike is who? What shop is Mike?
Mike Robb works at Mason. He's the main guy at Mason.
Okay.
He builds all the nicest trophy trucks you can get now. This was just years ago. Like, I don't know, I might have been like 14 or 15 when this was last worked on, and Dan just put it under a truck cover in the back of his shop, and until the time was right, he waited on it, and then, you know, he figured out I was doing stuff on my own and hit me up to finish the thing.
What suspension is this? Is this all one off?
Velocity. I don't know if anybody remembers, but this is a Velocity lower, a Velocity upright, and then this is, Dan runs a CNC shop, so this is his upper arm that he made, and then a 3.5 inch bypass, 2.5 inch coilover.
Nice.
What I did to
it looks beefy, dude.
Yeah, it's strong. What I've done is I took HM's Class 8 steering, put that in there, retrofitted it to work with the stock motor, did all this. So all this is new, and that's reinforcement to mount that box up high.
Okay.
So I added all the overlays, all the box mount, redid all the steering so it doesn't have bump steer. Added that, I cut the knuckles off that were on there, and they were kind of sketched too.
So for the viewers out there that don't know what bump steer is, can you quickly tell them what that is?
When you cycle through the travel, if your truck, if you say these are the tires, when you cycle through, you know, sometimes you'll see gnarly toe in or toe out when they droop, and then when it goes through the cycle, it just moves in bad ways.
Okay.
You know, so it's
so that's the bump steer when the tire itself is like kind of moving.
Some people say like, oh, it's when it, you know, jumps out of your steering wheel in your hands, but it's really like that's usually caused from I won't say it, but just bad stuff.
Got it. I like that.
It's just when your toe dramatically changes, positive or negative, through the cycle of the suspension. Now, like I said, it's an 1/8 per side toe in at bump.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, I'd rather have that, and when it droops out, be straight,
you
know, than anything else.
And then what is this, like 18?
This is
20?
18
inches of wheel travel?
Yeah.
That's plenty, man.
I mean, I would always say more, especially with a big truck, but when you're talking a frame rail truck,
right, with
a kit that's limited, you know, and this is just the thing that we're working with because it already has so much work into it that it's like we don't want to take any more steps back.
Right. You know? So when you're saying frame rail, what he's talking about, guys, is like the stock.
Yeah, it's all factory OEM hydroform frame rail.
Right, and then the next step is tube chassis, which could be awesome or a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, and now like it seems like more and more people are just designing center mount kits. Center mount kits are like a trophy truck style front end. You know, when they say center mount, it's like your pivot bolt here for your lower arm is mounted towards the center, like a center mount.
Right.
So everything cycles cleaner, pulls bigger travel. It just gives you a better platform for handling.
Right, and then this is financially more attainable, obviously, you know, because on the center mount, there's so many more things that go into it. But
yeah, and you're packaging, you're building everything off of a cross member that's already on your frame.
Right. That's cool. And then you don't necessarily, need to go into the firewall and need to go into the crazy stuff.
I did all this just to clear 40s.
Oh, okay.
So this is all, I tried to keep it factory and looking like, like something you'd get out of a stock firewall.
That's awesome, dude.
So that's why I like have the ribs in there and just keep it simple. It doesn't have a bunch of angles or breaks in it.
Nice.
Other stuff, I added these lights, added the light bar. He wanted just something simple, doesn't want a light like an actual bar, so he just wants LEDs like this.
Okay.
So I just built a bolt-on bar that holds round lights.
And then I always like the lights up front like this, man.
I did the pedals in here, so those are all hand fabricated, custom pedals just for him. He likes all, like, this is all factory stuff that Mike Robb did.
Okay.
So I kind of just tried to match the design and match the language.
Nice, man. So then what else we got over here, dude?
Back aft. This is all Mike Robb stuff.
Okay.
So it's super nice.
Yeah,
very
super
clean
clean.
and sanitary.
Hell yeah.
Single spare. I think it's like a 90-gallon tank.
Okay.
Doesn't have a bladder yet, but she's wide and big and has all the good stuff.
Nice, dude. Are you finishing this truck?
I'm finishing it. Like, Dan's gonna handle all the plumbing and the wiring and assembly. The big chunk right now that needs to be done is all dash. So it'll be a hybrid dash, steel and aluminum. Dash center console controls, tube work on the C-pillar area. Like, I'll go this way, you can go that way.
Yeah, sure.
This is kind of an area of concern just because there's no diagonals.
Okay.
So diagonals, like you would want some kind of lacing going in here that ties these points because it's just a square right now. So if you had heavy impact, like you, worst case scenario, you rolled and wadded this thing and you just have a square, that square will fold. So you'd want.
So that's why you put the diagonal in.
Yeah, you just want tie-ins, and it's like a weird cage because it was like a half cage before. When Brady had it, it was like a half cage, and it was back half, but it didn't have a full proper cage in it. So they did the best they could to make a cage and make it functional and strong. But I think it just, for me to feel comfortable with it leaving here, I think it needs to have more tubes in it.
And then is this just going to be like a family pre-runner kind of thing?
Family pre-runner, $2 in the back.
Nice.
4 seats, 2 air conditionings, carpet,
dang.
fully upholstered dash, headliner, and door panels too.
With 40s, King Kongs, AC, dude.
It's 39s right now.
39s?
Yeah.
Well, see, dude, that
That's
sounds
a good
like
time.
That sounds like a great
Yeah.
time, dude.
He wants all the amenities. So it's not like a full tube chassis luxury truck, but it's definitely like premium.
Hell yeah.
Premium frame rail truck.
Dude, we can't wait to see this thing done, man. Very cool. So what's up with this thing? What is this?
This is extended cab F-150 04
Okay.
tube chassis. Kind of acquired it and rescued it. And we had to take a lot of steps back to take steps forwards, kind of like your truck. It was really long. It was 148 inches long. The wheelbase was drawn out. Like, even if you put a 6.5 foot bedside on this guy, there would still be an 8-inch gap to the door. So it was like super. You could tell right away it didn't look right.
Yeah.
And when
I'm sure you don't want to mention where this came from, right?
Well, it doesn't.
It doesn't really
apply.
matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all
cool.
good.
You're just moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, the client knew that it had to have steps taken backwards before we go forward.
Right.
That seems to be like a reoccurring pattern.
Right.
And it is what it is, but Cameron and I both have worked on this thing and we shortened it. It's 135 now.
Okay. Is that common for?
Yeah, I mean, this is where this tire is in relation to the cab and where the shocks are. Like, you're not going to really get this thing any closer.
Okay.
So this is a standard issue wheelbase for like a tube chassis pre-runner.
Nice. And I mean,
So this
that's
center
exactly
mount
what it
tube
is.
Chassis pre-runner LSX.
Damn.
Turbo 400 underdrive, 10-inch, big trophy truck shock package.
Everything.
Yeah.
So somebody else built this chassis, and then you're rebuilding.
Someone built like the front, like you could see. This is not our work. And
Okay.
then the cage, all the upper cage,
Okay.
and like the door bars and the pillars. That's all someone else's, and then everything that's fresh, like with fresh tube prep, all this stuff is all our work. And obviously I just finished the headers.
Look at those things, man. The Squidworth headers over here. Looks
Pulled
awesome.
that one out of there.
Squidworth, the octopus headers. Dude, every
there
time
you
I
go.
look at it, I'm like, Squidworth.
Yeah, so they're packaged.
Sorry, I'm an idiot. Go ahead,
good.
proceed.
You have a lot.
I
of
apologize,
kids.
everybody.
You have
Let's
a lot
keep
of
going.
kids. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So they're tri-wise. They're like a hybrid tri-Y, 3.5-inch exits, black widow exhaust. It's got 2 mufflers there. Then it goes into an X pipe. See that big nasty thing back there?
Damn, dude.
So there will be a storage here. That's why it looks like it's so far back. But there'll be a whole storage compartment recessed behind the C-pillar wall.
Okay.
And there'll be another air conditioning back there. So this will have 2 air conditionings as well.
Oh, dang, dude.
Three
That is awesome.
seats, 2 air conditionings, all Motec everything. Redundant screens for driver and co-driver.
And then what kind of truck is this? I can't even tell.
It's the classic like F-150 with a Raptor, but
Okay.
we have an idea to graft the front end and the rear into a whole different Ford model.
Is it going to be a 2-seater?
3-seat.
3-seater.
Yeah, 3-seat.
And is this who's the owner of this truck?
This is Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a Texas resident. But
Oh, Texas dude.
He's been in the game for a long time.
Right on.
He's kind of trusted me to take this thing on, and I think originally he brought it to me to just like, he's like, hey, I got this thing, and it's, you know, it already had sheet metal. It had full firewall, full trans tunnel, full sealed cab sheet metal. Shock mounts done, pivots were done, back was sheet metal, windowsill was in, and it was just so bad, and it was just not feasible. Like there was not a way to just put lipstick on a pig. It didn't work like that.
Right. So at this point, you were just like, you know what, we got to make this thing work.
Yeah,
if he wants to drive it the certain way he wants to, right?
If I'm working on it, I just don't want to represent, like, I've tried to salvage as much as possible without it being like, oh God, you know, like everything's stout, everything cycles right. We read it all. It's all Blitzkrieg links, Blitzkrieg pivot boxes.
Hell yeah.
So, you know.
But Blitzkrieg is a shop out of Anaheim, right? Anaheim?
They're in Orange County, Huntington Beach.
Yeah. Blitzkrieg.
Hi, Nate.
What's up, Nate? I don't even know if Nate watches this, but if you do, Nate, you're freaking awesome.
I'll make him watch it. But
make him watch it.
Nate used to be like my idol when I was riding BMX because it was Nate Hansen, and he rode like, he was in all the magazines and shit. And so,
dude, that's awesome.
It was so full circle that now that's like, I love getting my parts from him, and he builds badass shit. And I don't know why not.
I think Nate. I met Nate, and he had like a Bronco.
He has an old Blazer.
A Blazer, that's what it was.
He has it still.
Sorry, I mean a Blazer.
It'll be here.
Yeah, that thing is freaking awesome, man. Yeah.
So anyways, that, you know, we've just been, the best part about this thing is not having to build around anybody else's stuff. So like the whole center section of the chassis is made and packaged to work with everything we want to run. Okay. And it's the same with the headers and the exhaust. Like usually if you have to do headers or exhaust on a truck, you already have to you got to build around the sheet metal, build around everything. You can see the other side's different too. The other side favors the foot controls of the driver more. So there's nothing up front. So these are tucked in, and this also on the other side.
Dang, look at all that space, dude.
So the starter on the passenger side is right here. So we want to be able to change the starter and not have to pull the headers or anything.
Okay.
So stuff's been gone through and reworked, and it's, you know, it's at a point now where I think once we put sheet metal in it and we treat it right, it's going to be nicely finished. And that's, I don't have this as like, I wish that this truck was something where I started it from the ground up, and it's like I had all the suspension design, and we had Blitzkrieg front center mount and blah blah blah, but that's just not the way the cookie crumbled with it, and it's fine. But what I want to showcase with this truck is finish work, and that's what I like to do. Okay. So I want all, you know, it's gonna have a full upper console, you know, a control console on the top. It's gonna have a huge roof scoop. You know, it'll have proper finish work, huge dash center console, full door panels. Like he wants it to be, you know, luxury pre-runners now, they're not like as luxury as they used to be. They're not like, they used to be when Geyser and Stewart Raceworks were doing them, they were like fully upholstered, fully appointed, and a lot of them now they're like more duty, you know, where they don't have all like the luxury appointments like they used to, where they were plush, you know, like just like a Bentley or something, you know, just all exotic materials, super soft to the touch everywhere. So I think with this, just, you know, the customer wants to go huge with upholstery and treatment, so it's gonna have it'll have full door panels, the mold into the dash, center console, you know, all the exterior trim, everything's gonna be carbon fiber on the outside.
Jeez, dude, so, that's insane.
Like the roof scoop, we're working with someone, and they do all carbon composite stuff. So every single exterior panel on this truck will be carbon fiber.
Oh my God.
So the seats that we have, the Sparcos are carbon fiber. The inserts in the dash, the inserts in the door panel, everything will be carbon fiber. You know, all the like sheet metal I do, like the side panels and the enclosure panels, all that'll be carbon too.
Jesus.
So it's gonna be a badass truck. It's just I want to get past this hurdle of cutting shit off and redoing it, and I think we're finally
and move forward.
Yeah, and we're finally at a spot where it's starting to move forward. So.
Well, hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
That'll be good. We got to cover Burke's truck over there.
Yeah, let's go check that out, man. I don't even want to cover this dumb thing over there.
Don't say that.
I'm actually going to...
Don't say that.
Hey, I think we could blur this out, right?
Yeah.
But just really quick. All right, let's see.
Don't.
This thing you guys will not see. Can we blur Arshia too? No. Hi, Arshia.
Hi.
You ready to go take us through this next vehicle with Morgan?
Yeah.
She's got that dope headrest back there.
I know.
Oh, you're chilling, huh? On the sander?
Give you a haircut.
I know. And I looked back. I was like, "Is this safe?" And it seemed
definitely not. Never ever.
Go hit the switch. Yeah.
So Morgan's working on my truck right now. Pretty stoked. We're gonna be checking in with him often. And I know you guys have been wanting to see how the truck looks, what I got on it, what's happening with it, what's the history with it, and maybe you guys might be finding that out soon. Maybe next week, maybe next month. I don't know. You guys will find out soon, but we'll let you know. There it is. One more blur.
So don't mind that thing where it looks like someone went through the windshield. That always perturbs me because I'm like,
Did someone go through the windshield?
no. But
okay.
for a while, we were like, I was like, dude, how did they do that? That looks like someone's dome just, first, second, just hit hard. And then I realized when this folds down, it just center punches that. So someone just whoop and broke it.
Oh, dang.
Anyways, this is Burke's Bronco, and it's Coyote swapped. So I'm sure people like that, but that's why a lot of people don't do Coyotes, is because that's what it looks like in your engine bay.
Dude.
That's a lot.
That's a big motor, man.
Yeah. So it's Coyote swapped. It's got an 8-speed auto, Atlas 2 transfer case, 10-inch rear, bypass coilover bump stop, front and rear, 20-inch travel front and rear, sway bar in the rear. It's 4-wheel drive, but it's more or less for the sand. It's not really for
nice.
He doesn't go in the rock shit.
Just goes to go off roading.
MS and Ocotillo and the standard, but this is also for him to drive to work or go get dinner or whatever.
Oh, heck yeah.
It went to GFO first. GFO took care of it. And
Okay.
then,
GFO's up here,
Camarillo.
right? Okay.
But they did a lot of stuff, and then I'm kind of just been I did the sheet metal a while ago in it. Yeah, so I did all the sheet metal, like the tubs.
Nice, man.
And it came to me to do that, and then he brought it back to his shop, and then he hit me up like 2 months later. He's like, "You want to just finish the truck?" So I've been just checking stuff off the list.
Damn, dude, that is so badass.
But it's got like stock bumper, and there's a sway bar hiding under there.
Oh,
so
really?
if you look like right here.
Dude, this thing looks so rad.
You'll see like there's this whole sway bar. So the bumper and the sway bar mount are all modular.
Oh, that's awesome.
So everything's kind of threaded in here.
Nice, dude. Dang.
So it's like, it'll do business. It'll do work.
Holy crap. Who built all this stuff over here?
We did all the sway bar and frame rail stuff.
Nice, man.
Did not do the gas tank. Did not do the gas tank.
No, you didn't?
No, did not do
That's
the gas
not the Morgan Clarke gas
That's
tank right
not-
there?
no,
No?
didn't do
Okay.
One day.
Nice, man.
So it's just...
Dang, dude, so he's running bypasses, coiler on every corner.
Every
This thing's
corner,
gonna move, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a Coyote motor in here, so it's a...
He's gonna climb some
super short
dunes.
wheelbase, and it'll probably do some sort of a wheelie.
Oh my god, dude. So what's next for Morgan Clarke? So you finally got your shop. What's the main thing right now? I mean, I know you've been here 6 months?
6 months, probably.
6 months?
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm kind of outgrowing the place, but what I want to focus on is just finishing what I have going on, and then getting that wave of vehicles out, and getting a new wave of vehicles in, and not taking on job after job or taking on something quicker,
It's
to
tough.
do for a week. It's
Yeah.
it's like one thing to like build stuff, and then the whole thing, that I have to give like respect to people that own businesses and fabrication shops is managing all the other crap, and managing invoicing, and managing ordering stuff, and managing money, and managing time and efficiency, and then like I have Cameron now. Cameron's my main employee, so it's like I also oversee someone else, and there's struggles.
Like the responsibility for that comes in too.
There's a lot of stuff tacked on with that, like where it was almost easier to just be a guy that was building stuff full time for someone, because I would just come in and bang on stuff, and then
leave and be done with
give
it.
My money, I'm out. And now it's like I have responsibilities, and I have to, have integrity and be responsible for him and finishing stuff, and just it's another monster, and I'm not afraid to take it on at all. It's just it's different, so it's more than just being a worker now.
Going to battle on these things, man. One more quick thing, I guess. When are we gonna see the return of Beth, man?
You did that, huh?
I'm bringing Beth into this.
It's because he's doing this with his truck, so now I'm on the chopping block.
Who is Beth?
Beth is my truck. It's a Super Crew like Dan's 03 I-beam conversion.
Who built the beams?
I built everything.
Yes, you did.
Everything. It used to be the thing. I'd pull up somewhere and they'd be like, "Oh, who built that? Oh, who built that?" I was like, "I built everything." I built everything.
Yeah.
That truck was a big part of my life with my family and Taylor and Logan, and that's kind of the same boat I'm in with with your Nissan, and it's like I don't want to get rid of it, and I feel like my comeback, like I've gone through hard years in my life, and that thing's been on the back burner. So everywhere I've gone, it's like just been tailing behind me, and it's been roached, and it's like one of those things where I want to come back with that truck, and that's like how I feel I'm gonna make my comeback. Just go into the desert and.
How do you plan to come back with it? Is there anything you're gonna change?
The truck in the corner back there.
Oh, that.
And then
Nissan.
and then I'm gonna do a new motor, back half mezzanine. Shorten wheelbase.
No way.
All the weird shit. Like I'm just gonna make it weird.
That's awesome.
Like I like the beams. I always had a thing for like beam trucks and the Herps pre-runners. And
yeah.
The other thing is like people were like, well, why don't you just fix the trans or why don't you just like fix it up again? And the thing is, the work that I do now, I'm not proud of the work that I did on it when I built it, and I don't like that. That's like a rolling representation of the work that I do.
Right.
And so it's like for me, being a builder and a fabricator, I don't want to roll around in something where I'm not happy with what it is, and then people are like, "Oh, that's Morgan's work. Oh, that's Morgan's truck," and I look at it and I don't like it.
We are our biggest critics, man.
Well, I can just.
You know that?
It's fine. For me, that's not optimal for me, and so. I had it leaf spring too, and I just don't want to run leaf springs anymore. I don't believe in leaf springs. I'm sorry. I want to have a big, fat, carbureted, big block Ford in it, and I want to have mezzanine rear suspension and beams, and that's it.
Awesome, man.
So,
I can't wait for that day, man.
well, the day that truck leaves is the day that my truck will come in.
I like that, man. I like
my
this.
motivation.
This works out. This works out great. This is a full circle help out right here.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again, dude. I'm stoked. Hope you guys enjoyed that little shop tour of Morgan's shop. All right, guys. We will see you guys next time. Morgan is gonna keep kicking ass. We'll get some checkups maybe in the next couple weeks. Ideally, we're gonna come check out my truck soon.
Only Friday evenings.
That sounds good.
That's when we party.
That sounds good.
What do you think?
By party, I mean like pizza and like Coke Zero.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. Yeah. All right. Later, brother.
Later.
Later.